welcome to Pardon the Distraction podcast. My name is TheLostDrake, and obviously we are joined today with RazorRedd and ProfessorStalke. Because us trio, we always together, and we're out here doing our thing. We like to have a good time, and of topics to talk about this week. Obviously, we are trying to drop as much content as we humanly possibly can. We've been so damn busy, all of us. We've had a lot of stuff going on, so it is really excited to... We always like coming in on Monday and kind of venting. We have like our 1-hour tea session, talk about business, and then we finally get to it. And by the time I'm done talking, Red's like, shut the fuck up. I'm ready to yawn and go to bed. Because she's halfway around the world.
Guys.
Yeah.
The time zone.
So she's going to be super cynical and aggressive today.
I am. Today I'm grumpy boots. Like, so bring on all the topics so I can go,
all the topics. But yeah, I mean, obviously, yesterday was Mother's Day in the United States and also in Canada. I don't know if it's like that in Europe. Everybody has different days. So, but it's Mother's Day. A lot of people celebrated that yesterday. So big shout out from all of us at Pardon the D to all the moms out there. For me, I didn't do shit. I just basically sat around and did a bunch of marketing and got everything situated. Took care of the wife like I'm supposed to. And the wifey's birthday, she turns the big 40 this week. So yeah,
that's exciting. What are you doing for her?
I don't want to talk about it because by the time this airs, I don't want to give it away. I don't want because she watches. Okay. She watches. But I will say this: I did very well for her because I had some stuff already kind of lined up, and I'm very strategic about where I shop and when I shop. And if I've ever got extra money, I always do shopping because I know those holidays are coming up. So if I've got that extra money at that specific time, like I've already had Nate done since February. Like I'm locked in. I'm like, yeah. Well, it depends on what it is. Like, I'll do that shit where, like, I'll do last minute shopping and I'll go out and buy flowers and I'll buy all that shit. But normally, like, but honestly, I'm a big person where you don't need to do it on one specific day. I do it year round. You know, I go above and beyond because my wife is definitely like, she's like, you don't have to do anything. Just take me out to dinner. And I'm like, that's a trap. That's a trap. That's bullshit. That is a fucking trap. I don't care. Anybody who's been married long enough knows this.
Don't make out like you haven't done that. We've all done that as women. It's a trap. Be honest. It's like
you know what I'm gonna say that I kind of make it known. I'm not gonna lie. I'll be like, listen, I don't want to do nothing. It doesn't need to be crazy.
Yeah.
But if nothing's done, I do tell them that I'm gonna be a little sad because I just like any reason to like do cutesy little.
It's passive aggressive. If you don't do it, you get kicked in the nuts syndrome. That's what it is.
That's true. It
is true. Literally every woman, and I'm not trying to be sexist here. I am straight up telling you, every woman I have ever dated and now married very happily for over a decade, and I'm going to tell you, if your woman ever tells you, or your significant other, it doesn't even have to be a woman, if your significant other tells you, hey, don't do anything big. You don't need to spend money on me. We live together. We already have everything we need. It's fine. We don't need it. Bullshit.
Okay. I will agree with that. I will agree if we do say that. You know.
Yeah.
I will agree.
Straight up. Like,
there has to be something done. There has to be something done. I think, you
have to take care. Like, look, here's the thing. Like, if you have a falling out with your mom, whatever, right? Okay, cool. You don't do anything for your mom. You don't have that comfort level with your mom. But birthdays, like, there are so many mixed in, like we'll just call them pagan holidays because that's what they are. There's so many pagan holidays out there that are literally like, it's like, what the fuck are we celebrating? Like they're just making up days to celebrate now. It's like, it used to be like 5, right? And the least celebrated was always Father's Day. I'm sorry, fathers get the shit end of the deal. I'm sorry, we do. We always get, well, oh, you want a pair of slippers? What the fuck? I want slippers. Take me out to dinner.
That's like the wildest thing I've ever heard. I feel like, oh, you know what?
No, women
different.
are always taken care of. If you've got a good significant other, they are always taken care of. But when Father's Day rolls around, it's like you get a handwritten note from your kid, and it's like,
this might be a personal thing, Drake.
No,
this might be a personal
no,
thing. I'm not gonna lie to you.
no, it is not a personal thing. This is a real thing.
Okay. Wait. Look, guys, if there's any dads in the watching, can you put in the comments
Least celebrated
you
holiday
get for Father's Day and for your birthdays and for Christmas? So let us know in the comments what your kids, wives, significant other people, what they do for you at those times.
Oh, this is gonna blow up.
Also,
This is gonna blow up. And we got to do hashtag dads of TikTok, hashtag dads of YouTube.
Yeah, if you get nothing,
look, dads, I got
you.
you.
Get nothing.
I know.
Like, yeah.
Look, dads don't ask for a lot though. That's the thing. Like, dads don't ask for shit. We don't. We literally we're like, all right, cool. You're good. I'm good. Like, that's the way we are. That's how I'm built. I can't speak for everyone, but that's how most. We're just like in our head. We're just like, all right, cool. Like, we're gonna spoil the shit out of you. And in a weird, twisted, sadistic way, we know that if we take really good care of you, we get something in return.
Yes. Men are like, for
it's
real
talk here. Stock.
It's our biology. Men are built to provide, and women are built to receive. I'm not saying you have to go out and spend tons and tons of money. There's plenty of other energy that you can receive from your partner. But that is, men are natural protectors and providers, and women, we are the reciprocators of that. Yeah,
that's a hard one, because I feel like what you guys are saying is in like a healthy, obviously, relational situation.
Oh yeah,
where it's like so many, like, that's hard, because you're talking about a situation where it's like the guy. Yeah, see, that's hard. I can't even get into that. Like,
well, yeah, okay. So look, we're look, now we're in a spicy topic, and I love when we get into these. All right, so look, there are good relationships, and then there's bad relationships, and then there's bad relationships where dude and women are literally pieces of shit, and they treat each other. They get off on treating each other like shit, and that is the honest to God truth. It is a toxic relationship. It should not be a thing. They should not be together, but they keep going because they both feed off of it, and that is the truth.
Expectations as well, right? I feel like societal expectations is a huge. I mean, not that I want to get into politics, religion, all that kind of stuff, but let's be real. You know what I mean? Like that. No, because there's so much to that. But I think that's a hard one. That's a hard one, because I think you'll probably see, like, social media on both sides, right? You'll see the side where the fathers are unsatisfied, and then you'll see the side where the mothers are unsatisfied, right? So it's like really hard to like find that middle ground where it's like,
I'm still gonna stand by it though. I'm still gonna stay by it. Father is the least celebrated holiday. I will stand by it. I will stand by it until the day I die. Fathers always get the shit end of the deal.
I think men get the shit end of the stick as well.
Yeah, there are so many women holidays, and there are barely any guy holidays. I'm just saying, and this is
women get way more. Hang on a second. Not only in like that sense of things, of like the men giving and providing on holidays and stuff, like, women get more support. Women get more all of this shit. Why do you think men's mental health is in the toilet and all that shit? And like, it's like women do. We are spoiled. We are spoiled. We just like to piss and moan like we're not, and we're oppressed, and we're this and that. I had someone in the chat earlier about it. No, we are. Like, we are. That is the dynamic. Like,
you know the reason why Red agrees with me, because Red is literally a dude trapped in a woman's body, 100%.
That is the truth. Yeah. Like,
but straight
I'm okay
up.
with disagree.
I'm like, I'm gonna enjoy this shell though, you know. It's like,
But you know what though? I'm gonna say this right now, Stock. You know, like, relationship, like, and I'm sure, like, we've all been in good relationships and we've all been in bad. We can all agree on that, right? We've all been in great relationships. We've all been in bad, and you know the difference. Like, you just don't give a shit. You know what I mean? Like, you're like, why am I gonna do something for you if you're not gonna do anything for me? Like, and that's a real fucked up mindset. But when you're in that relationship type, that's what ends up happening. And it just, it's a constant flux of just either one-upping each other and then making the other one feel bad about it, or two, you just don't do anything for each other, and then you just keep going down this mental spiral. But I 100% agree, and I will stand by it. Like, there are two things in this world that are shit on the most, and that's dads and veterans. And I will stand by that till the end of time. Veterans get treated like shit, and dads get treated like shit.
Yeah. I'm not going to disagree with her at all.
Yeah,
there's mad support for women. Like, women don't realize how much support that is available.
And I support them 100%. I'm right there, banner in hand. But yeah, it's just.
It really definitely a big agree to disagree as a broad generalization. Like, if you're going to take all, like, especially multiple countries,
can't speak for everybody's, the way they're in a relationship, of course. But
statistics in Western society, women are spoiled.
Oh yeah, they in that American bubble. Let's be real.
We're spoiled.
On many levels, I don't agree. On certain levels, I do. But not on all levels. Like, there's no way I could agree with all levels of being spoiled, just because of.
We get a much better deal than the guys get in Western culture.
Are you specifically talking about holidays? Or are you talking about just general?
I'm talking about in general.
Yeah, I guess. I'm okay with agreeing to disagree.
Holidays.
But now I want to know why, though. Stock. Why do you feel that way? I want to know your opinion.
The way that we get is wild.
I think if we're talking again, I think this is very specific things, but I don't want to get too worked up about it, because it's something I very, very strongly believe and have done.
Don't get worked up about it then. Just discuss it.
I'm just saying that I think that but I also know, I think it's also good to know when you get worked up and when you can't pursue a specific topic. You know what I mean? I think
we never want that.
Like, that's the point. You know what I mean? It's like,
because you help other people come to light. You know what I mean?
That's just it too. That sometimes talking about it can lead to certain triggers, and I'm going to try to avoid that just for my own sake.
You're ambassador for this topic. Go.
Yeah, no, I just think that especially based on, and I'm not going to say again, I know there's primary research and secondary research. I haven't gone out and interviewed 1,000 women myself, which would be the first type of research, right? That would be primary research. Secondary research, I've just done so much of when it comes to just all of that kind of stuff, whether it's housework load, whether it's mental, emotional load, all that kind of stuff. And I think that, again, I think both of us have the shitty end of the stick. You know what I mean? I don't think it's just men. I don't think it's just women. But I also think that as a general saying that, as a broad generalization saying women are spoiled, I think that there's certain areas we can agree to that, absolutely. But I think as a broad generalization, I just would just have to agree to disagree on that. You know what I mean?
And the guys are. I don't think it's women are just spoiled and everything for every woman.
Oh yeah. I don't think that either.
I've dealt with bad people and bad men. I got fucking shit that, went on in my background, but I'm not gonna tag the all men with that. Look, male suicide rates are highest than anything else. Fact. And there's reason for that, because men do not get the support that we get. They don't talk about it, and they're not encouraged to talk about it. And it's actually almost shit on them to talk about it. Whereas as women, we are encouraged to talk about it. We are encouraged to release. And that's something that a lot of people overlook. And that is male suicide rates across the world. That is not just in Western culture and everywhere else. That is the world, and that is fact. That bit is fact. So
I will still go back to this as well.
It's we get the support for us. We might go through a lot, but that doesn't mean the guys don't go through a lot as well.
I will I will go back to my original statement though. Mother's Day is much more supported than Father's Day.
Look what you started, you prick.
I'm just saying, look, fathers, we really do get the shit out of the stick. If you know, you know. But I agree with you though. There are certain aspects of things that definitely women do get the shitter end of the stick, and guys do too. But guys are like that. We literally internalize everything. We put everything inside. We don't really talk about it, and that is a mass majority guy of most men. And you talk to any guy, if you go hang out with your guy friends, we're like, yeah, dude, it was a shit week. Why? What happened? I don't want to talk about it. And then drink a beer, whatever, move on. Let's go get our mind off of it, do something else. And it's also that forgive and forget type situation, because most men are like that. They won't hold grudges. They'll literally just they'll lock in. They'll say what they say, and then even if it's the most shitty, horrible thing, the next day they'll act like nothing happened. I know that's me.
And men either just punch it out and get on with it, or like women fucking fight for fucking ages. Like women hold lifelong grudges.
Oh, you don't have to tell me. I'm married to a Taurus. I know all about that.
I'm a woman. Like, yeah.
You don't have to. You're like, I am a woman. But no, like literally, it's but here's the thing, like when it comes to stuff like this, topic will always, whoa, hey camera, hello. But see, look, even my camera's disagreeing with me right now. It's like, no. But no, for real though, I feel personally that Father's Day has always been like a back burner holiday. And we always get like Mother's Day, like you go to a store and it's all about mothers on Mother's Day, but you go to Father's Day and there's like this small little kiosk in the corner. It's like Father's Day. And it's like, what the fuck?
There is pissle.
Yeah, but you know what? Most of the time too, it's because guys are impulsive buyers too. Like we go out and buy the shit that we want. We don't really we don't ask for stuff. We just buy what we need, and then we're good. But also too, like I have been on the shit end of the stick, being in a relationship, being with a woman that literally just used and abused and it's like mind games left and right. And and it goes both ways because there's a lot of guys out there that are stupid as shit. Like I'm not even gonna lie. Like I just sit back and I'm like, Captain Saban.
It's just stupid people.
Yeah, I mean there's stupid genres on every side, So, but anyway, why we got into this topic in the first place is because we got a crazy month ahead of us, and Mother's Day obviously was yesterday for all of us American Canadian, all of us over here, and then we've got a crazy month. We're coming into graduation month for a lot of students, for a lot of college. People going to college. My daughter's graduating college before she graduates high school, which is crazy. This week, she's getting 2 associate's degrees before she even gets her diploma from high school, which is crazy. And so we've got that going on. And then my wife's birthday is this week. And to answer your question, she is spoiled like shit. She doesn't even know what she's getting. So if she's watching this, you're spoiled as shit. And do good on Father's Day. Okay, thank you. Bye. That's my message to my wife. All right. And for all you dads out there, I got your back, okay? I believe in Father's Day. But Stalke is just like, shut up, Drake. Shut up.
No, just listen. I'll just let you guys do your thing.
No, and it's okay to have that opinion. I mean, honestly, that's the thing. That's why I like this podcast, because we can vent, we can talk shit. Most of the time, we don't even get this on the air. Like most of the time, it's before we even push record. So. But the cool thing about this is that one thing we do have a passion about, it's about movies, video games, pop culture, art, all those things. And this month is going to be a crazy month for video games, but also movies, TV, just there's so much stuff going on right now. And we're going into summer. And summer is either a hit or miss for a lot of content creators because a lot of people aren't in school. They have the summer off. All the teachers are out. So that's even more. There's a lot of teachers out there. They don't have to work during those 3 months, So we got a lot more influx of people that are going to be sitting at home absorbing content. So again, make sure you like, subscribe, and follow the Pardon the D podcast because we love you for that. And make sure you comment on all these things we're talking about because every opinion matters, okay? Unless you're stupid, and then we'll tell you otherwise. All right. Yeah. So next topic that we're going to dive into is price hikes. We're going to talk about price hikes and what has been kind of happening over the last couple months. There's been a lot of price hikes and a lot of craziness from Sony, Nintendo, and Xbox. Xbox is actually doing a really good job right now of reverting all the positive or reverting all the negative and making a positive stand. We talked about this many episodes ago about the new CEO. She's came in, she's kicking ass. She's literally whooping everybody's ass and saying, "Nah, this is going to be the age of Xbox." And she's doing work right now. And not only that, but that was weird. Sorry, I saw something. But also drop the price of Game Pass. And we just got a notification as of this morning about Game Pass now being included with Nitro through for Discord. And Discord, obviously, if you don't know what Discord is, you've been living under a rock, or you're just not in the gaming space, and that's okay. So I'll explain it to you. Discord is basically a social community hub for every gamer in the world. Like, this is where all the Gen Zers are hanging out in school. They don't go out and hang out with their friends. They're in Discord with their buddies playing video games. They're hanging out. They're getting in a voice chat. They're playing Minecraft. They literally have their own servers. Well, Discord is basically like MySpace for the new generation. And now they are including Game Pass with Nitro. And if you don't know what Nitro is, it is basically $5 a month, something like that. $5 a month, and it gives you boosts for servers, which allow you to have better audio, have animated emotes, like be able to have better sound quality when you're talking to your friends, video quality, all those things. And if you have a community, you can boost people's communities to give them, better quality in their servers. It's basically a bunch of servers that are matched up with a bunch of nerds that have a good time. That's pretty much, there are other bad servers too, but we won't get into that.
You think that's why my Nitro is not working properly now, because they're doing the merge and it's like updating and everything?
I think they're doing a big infrastructure change on Discord, because there has been a lot of updates over the last couple days, and I think that may be the big thing, is because she came in and she's like, we're making change. And when you've got somebody who's coming in and making change, most of it is last minute. It's like, hey, we don't care if you have the programming done, you're gonna do it now. Like, she seems like that type of person, that she's coming in, putting on the boss pants, and she's like, hey, look, I don't give a shit. This is what's going to happen. We want Game Pass included with everybody's paying Nitro. We want to give them the value. We want more people on Xbox. Dude, it was the smartest marketing move. Think about how many people are in Discord. Maybe one of you guys looked this up, but how many people actively use Discord every day? That is a stat that I would love to know, because when you've got that many people using Discord every day and you just gave them all Xbox Game Pass, you just literally pulled every generation, new, old, or otherwise, into that fold. How many is it?
Okay, so there is over 650 million registered users worldwide.
That's crazy.
So platform hosts more than 200 million monthly active users.
So 200 million. So think about this in a strategy, marketing. 200 million people active. You said 600, right? Something, whatever the heck it was, worldwide.
650 million.
650 million.
200 million monthly active users.
Monthly. I was about to ask how active that is.
Daily active users is over 60 million.
So
that's still crazy.
So
that's huge.
Here's the part that is kind of astounding about this.
Gen Z.
Is the Gen Zers, man.
Really?
42% Gen Z.
They are literally locking in the next generation on Xbox, because every generation picks a technology. I'm not even joking. Every generation picked a technology. Like the millennials, they really locked on to Droid, right? And Android. That's the reason why we have it. And then after that, the late millennials, and then also into Gen Zers, they ended up folding into this, I'm going to use Apple. And then now people are like, Apple's a scam. We don't want to be part of it. Now people are going back to Android, because you can do anything that you want whenever you want. Like, people are definitely, they cycle based on generation, right? Same with PlayStation, same with Nintendo. You think about the 80s, it was all about Nintendo. It was Nintendo. It was Super Nintendo. And then late 80s, it started becoming Sega Genesis. And you had people rolling over into Sega Genesis. Then you had people that was like, it was a console war between Sega and Nintendo. And then PlayStation, at the very ass end of late 90s into early 2000s, came into this cusp, and PlayStation, Sony became a thing. Only because they broke a deal with Nintendo. Because Nintendo and Sony were supposed to team up to make a super console, and they didn't. And Sony said, F you, we're going to go do our own thing.
Imagine what we
oh my God, that would be crazy. Nintendo and Sony together. Can you imagine that? That would be
what we could have had.
Crazy. What we could have had. And I still say this today. DreamHack. See, look, we're talking about multiple things. DreamHack. Dreamcast was ahead of its time. Because it was one of the first consoles with a modem. It was the first ones with an evolved memory card. And a lot of people will debate that, because they're like, N64 had a memory card. But I mean, like, it was the first one that really dove into that. And it was also really pushing CDs at that time. And it was really pushing, like, being online with your friends. it just was too early. And if it would have came out the same time Xbox and PlayStation 1 did, they would still be around. But the funny thing about it is now they're a publisher and they make video games and they're still around because now look at their multi-billion-dollar assets they have with the new movies, with everything else that they've got. The Sonic movies are one of the highest grossing video game movies of all time. So you think about you think about this. I mean, anything with Jim Carrey is going to be high grossing, let's be real, because Jim Carrey is amazing. But it's just all these things that you see as the progression of time. It's a marketing strategy. And now Xbox came in and said, hey, now let's just hit it where it hurts. Sony hasn't done this. Nintendo hasn't done this. Let's include our membership in something that everybody uses. I mean, she's literally looking at this like a business. She's not looking at it like, let's, you know, but she's also coming at it too like, we're going to make the best video games we ever have. I'm not a gamer, but look, these are the titles that everybody wants. They're asking for Fable, they're asking for Halo, they're asking for Gears, they're asking for Forza. Let's push them. Let's be number one. Let's have these first-party titles that everybody wants. Let's make great games again. And that is what she's pushing, which is awesome. And that's what we needed. And Phil Spencer, I've met him numerous times. I never had a problem with Phil Spencer. A lot of people argue, oh, he was the downfall of Xbox. But without him, you wouldn't have the Activision deal. And Call of Duty wouldn't be on Xbox. And you wouldn't
Didn't
have...
he also start Game Pass? Or am I crazy?
Was
he the one that launched Game Pass? Or
you know what? I don't know. I don't know who started.
It did come around when he was about. It was
probably.
Like,
I thought so.
It was in his
Maybe.
time, 100%.
I mean, I'm sure you guys can look that up while we're doing this, but like ultimately though,
I do the research. I'm doing research.
Yeah. Red's like, I got it. But also too, I think the big factor in the gaming evolution is we're getting to a point now where this leads right into our next topic about price hikes, right? Nintendo is now raising their console, their Switch to $50. I think that's supposed to happen in the fall.
Crazy.
But here's the thing. This is the thing that I don't understand about Nintendo. Nintendo really hasn't pumped out any really big games yet for their Switch 2. It's been very quiet. Star Fox, I think, is the first real big one, and Metroid. Yeah. Metroid did come out, but it was very hush-hush, and they didn't really market it that well, to be honest. But it's an amazing game. Don't get me wrong.
Remake as well.
What?
The Ocarina of Time remake as well is going to be happening.
Well, that's going to be happening. Yes, that's going to be happening. And supposedly, we're going to be getting some of these at the end of the year. And they don't even care about Grand Theft Auto. A lot of companies are just like, dude, we don't even care. Because you got to think about genres. That is a niche genre. And yes, it was the most viewed. And there's a lot of people that play Grand Theft Auto. But there's a lot of people who don't. There's a lot of people who don't.
Yeah,
what is the balance?
I don't care about Grand Theft Auto. Like
I've never. It's not my like favorite game of all time. Like people are treating it like it's the greatest thing ever, and I'm like, I don't. Where did this come from? Because like when did that transition happen? Because like guys, like straight up with you guys, we're all about the same age demographic, right? And so when did that transition happen? Because Grand Theft Auto has never been like my, oh my God, it's my make or break game. It's the only game I play. Like, when did it become big? What made it big? Was it the role playing?
I think with Grand Theft Auto, there was always this kind of like, it was one of the first games that had a bit of shock value to it, you know? So it was like, you're going around and you're basically being a gangbanger. You know, you're like doing illegal stuff, you're dealing drugs, you're like, you know, it was one of the first games to sort of really implement kind of that into a game. I mean, I don't know, I might be talking shit here, but I feel like that's where it got it. And then when it went online with the role play, it just kind of like gave it that longevity. But people were always so hyped for the next Grand Theft Auto, like anytime.
Yeah, I never understood it.
Next Grand Theft Auto. And I don't know, maybe it is that aspect of it, because I remember when San Andreas came out. And people
you want
were like,
what you can't have? Maybe?
Like, you can do this, you can do that, you can, I don't know, there's something about that's, and the games are huge as well. They've always been, like, they've always taken this kind of forefront of being
here's my hot take on it.
With a lot to do. you know.
So
that's true.
So Stock, I'll actually ask you this one because I think this is actually I want everybody's perspective before I say my own. Do you think that the online aspect of it is what kept it alive this long? Because when the game originally came out, like the story was kind of risque in a sense. Like it was like, oh my God, they're doing this. What? But you got to think about it. When did Grand Theft Auto, the last one, come out? It was like 12 years ago, wasn't it? Almost 15 years ago?
The one with like Trevor. Like he's like this dude that's just this like
crazy off the wall psychopath.
Yeah,
the bald guy.
Yeah.
It's Trevor, I think. Yeah.
That's probably the only Grand Theft Auto I actually played was the one with Trevor in it. And I mean, it was really good. It was really entertaining. Like you go in, you see I don't know. I'm going to get into like the nitty gritty of it, but I mean, it was a really entertaining game. It like kept me in, but the only time I actually I don't know if I've ever seen, maybe once I've seen a Grand Theft Auto gameplay that wasn't role play. You know what I mean? If I ever see anyone playing Grand Theft Auto on streams, I don't see the games other than
role play
again
or online.
Yeah,
2013, by the way, guys. 2013.
2013.
So 13 years ago.
Right. So
13 years
I
ago.
fell out of love with Grand Theft Auto before we even got to the role play. I think the last
me too.
and the only reason I invested any time in GTA was because, if I'm honest, everyone was playing it. And it was the game. And oh my God, the new GTA is coming out. So it's like, okay, I'll play this fucking game. But if I'm honest with myself, every GTA I played, and I went up until I think it was number 4, the one with the Slavic guy, the Slavic main character.
Yeah, it's Trevor. I think that's Trevor.
That's not Trevor. No. Trevor's the American guy who's a little bit zany.
Oh yeah. Okay.
He's in.
See, I don't even know the characters. That's how long ago it was. I don't even remember.
Yeah, the Slavic guy from number 4. And honestly, I didn't even really play the damn game. I just kept breaking into the military base, grabbing the freaking, like, the parachute, getting the jet, and taking off and just jumping out the jet into stupid places. That was pretty much my game. So I was just like, by the time, like, GTA 5 was coming out, I was like, well, I'm going to spend, like, whatever it is, like, I think at the time, like, what, $70? Like, it's always been expensive.
Yeah.
Like, $60, $70 on the game, just to break into the military base and jump out the jet the whole time.
Well, here's my hot take on it. Well, here's my hot take on it, since you guys gave yours. I think that they milked it for everything it was worth. I literally think that Rockstar literally came at this game and was like, oh, people are going to still pay for these online coins. We're going to milk it and milk it and milk it and milk it and milk it. And they've made so much money off the online aspect of it. And I am a strong believer, if you're recycling and reusing content over and over and over for profit, and you're not doing anything to improve it, and a lot of people are going to hate me for this, adding a cop heist mission every 4 months is not adding new content. I'm sorry, it's not. I mean, actually, like, involving, like, improving the game. And I'm not talking about modders going in and doing it for them. I'm talking about them, Rockstar, actually going, this is a game that we're going to continuously upgrade, because they treated it like a live service game without live service. It wasn't Destiny. It wasn't, and we're going to get into that topic too, because it all pans into the same thing about these big purchases into companies and putting money into them, and they're going to be the saving grace of the company, and they're going to do this and they're going to do this. And I honestly think that if Grand Theft Auto comes out and they come out with all this revolutionary stuff, and they should. They have been milking it for 13 years, making money off of people for 13 years, and never had to develop anything new. They should be making the greatest game ever, and it better be, because I'm going to tell you, if it's not, Rockstar will never make a game again.
I feel like people will riot if this game
they will burn it to the ground.
Or if it's not incredible.
Look what they did with Marathon. Marathon wasn't even out, and they were burying it into the ground. Oh, Marathon's garbage. It looks like shit. Oh my God, it's too colorful. It's this. And it's an extraction shooter. It's this. I think the only reason why Grand Theft Auto will succeed is because it's a shooter open world game. That's the reason why it'll succeed, because there's so much stuff you can do and it keeps you busy. But even then, it's not enough to keep me enthralled. You've got people like Crimson Desert and Pearl Abyss who literally are updating their game, adding revolutionary shit that normally would take 6 months of development time and coming out in patches like every 3 weeks, adding new stuff. They just added like 76 new mounts and pets to the game. Everybody was complaining that when you're breaking down games or like weapons and selling them, they were like, this should be like an extraction where you get materials so you can put those back into other weapons that you like. That isn't an easy just, hey, let's flip a switch. That's a lot of programming. They fucking went in and did it and released it this week. After 2 weeks of talking about it, they said, we're going to do all this over the next 6 months. They've done it in 4 weeks. Everything that was on that wish list from the community. And Grand Theft Auto comes out and they're not able to do that. It's going to be...
I disagree with you on a little bit on the because here's the thing. They don't release content like other games do. But I think honestly, GTA has got a cult classic following.
100%.
Like that is the fan base. It has like a cult like following. There are people that will literally, it doesn't matter what is said about this, like GTA 6 will bank. Like it will bank regardless.
Everybody's already pre-ordered it. It's like, I think it's the highest. Yeah, they've already made the money.
I didn't even know you could pre-order it.
They could delay it another 2 years and they still got money from it.
They literally, it just puts more anticipation on the game. It really does. Like it's got, and I think it's like comparing it to like some newer games. It's an older franchise. It's got like mad nostalgia for people. Like you got to remember, like when did the first GTA come out?
It was all top down. It was top down. It looked like an old 8-bit game.
No way.
Oh yeah. Look at the very first Grand Theft Auto. It'll blow your mind.
When did it first come out? You know, like was the first one like PS1 or something?
I think PS1. Yeah.
Like I think
it might have even been before that. I think Grand Theft Auto might have even been before that.
Let me have a look.
Yeah.
When was the first GTA release?
Might have been PC.
October 2004. So October 20. Like the first Grand Theft Auto.
Was it on PlayStation?
Oh no, wait. That's a lie. That's an absolute fucking lie. That's a lie. I think that was when it first came out on. That was on PS2 when it was first released. And when did the first GTA come out, guys? November 1997. Like ported to the PlayStation in 1998.
So it was a PC game. I was right.
It was released for the MS fucking DOS it was for Windows to begin with. Like and then it was PlayStation the year after, and then the next console it went to was Game Boy Color in 1999.
Wow.
Like so we're talking like what is that like now? 2 decades, 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're on 19 years of GTA.
Yeah.
Right? That's like almost like
it's like Doom players
say, like,
and Wolfenstein players.
Or like, it's like, but it is like that. It's like, you know, it's got like a cult following. It's nostalgic for people. There are people who are going to remember that first release. They would have got all the games. They're going to see it evolve. They're gonna like, you know, it's gonna bank regardless.
Those are people in their 40s and 50s.
Know that. Yeah, exactly. It's like they're people that are like
who actually have money.
True. Yeah.
So I think like that's probably part of the reason why like GTA is so popular, will continue to be so popular.
I think also too,
it only picks up newer generations as a fan base as it moves along as well.
Well, you got to think about Rockstar's track record too, though. They released Bully. They released Red Dead Redemption, which is also a huge cult. All the games that they've come out with are cult classics. Like people are like, dude, I need those. I want those. Oh my God, it's their next big game. You know, so that could also be the rise of, hey, we support Rockstar, not so much Grand Theft Auto. Rockstar, because, dude, you think about how many people still play Red Dead Redemption. People are asking for a new port for the new consoles right now. And so, you know, and that was cowboys and Indians. I mean, that was literally what it was. It was literally like a topic.
Virtual cowboy simulator.
Yeah, it really was. It was literally Oregon Trail of our time.
Yeah, like
I mean, if you think about it.
they've got some heavyweights under their belt. They're a good development company. They wouldn't be this popular if they weren't.
Yeah, and
But
I'm not denying that they don't make great games. I just still don't understand the hype behind it. Like, it's not
I
that.
don't either, to be honest
I've
with you.
never understood why people are like, dude, this is the greatest thing. This is like my number one game. Like I just like, people give me shit about Destiny all the time, and I tell people all the time, I'm like, that's what got me into streaming, because I was so enthralled in this world, and I no pun intended, but literally, like, I was so adamant about how much I loved. That was my dad joke for the day. There you go. But I literally I was obsessed with the game. I went to E3 to find out about it and what they were going to be bringing in the future. And, you know, so I understand it when you love something and you're passionate. It's like Star Wars people, you know, or Star Trek. Like, those people will be followers of anything and everything, and they're going to be the most critical and nastiest out of any other fan base, you know. And it's, you look at stuff like that, and they're following it till the end of time. Until the day they draw their last breath, they are going to be supporting Star Wars. They're going to be supporting Star Trek. You know, how many people are psyched about, you know, Fate of the Old Republic, getting the Knights of the Old Republic getting remade into new graphics? Like, that's so huge.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, and not only that, speaking of, did you guys hear the news about that? That all the original people are coming back for it, and all the head honchos that were at BioWare are coming back to help create that game. It's going to be fire. And I'm excited about it. Not just because it's Star Wars, because I love the Mass Effect games, and I love Knights of the Old Republic. I loved that game so much, and it was so ahead of its time. It really was. It was a revolutionary game. But that's why I don't understand Grand Theft Auto, because it wasn't really revolutionary. There was a bunch of games that were shoot 'em ups. You think about, God, what was that other game that came out that was just like Grand Theft Auto? It came out, God, it's right on the tip of my tongue. And it came out, and you like jumped out of planes, and it had all that. God, man, why am I drawing a blank? It's like right on the tip of my tongue. There was another game that came out right around the same time as Grand Theft Auto, and it, like, I mean, you like Saints Row was another one too. Saints Row came out, but it was more comical. Yeah. But then there
Sleeping Dogs.
What? Which one?
Sleeping Dogs.
Oh yeah, Sleeping Dogs was another one. I mean, there was a lot of games that came out in that.
Watch Dogs, like, I don't think they're like GTA.
Watch Dogs.
Saints Row,
yeah, Watch Dogs was kind of like GTA, more cyberpunky though.
Watch Dogs, but more cyberish. Yeah.
Yeah, but even so, like, those games don't have a diehard cult following. You know what I mean? Like, but there was the same type of gameplay, and they all had good stories. They all had great stories. To be honest with you, I'll argue some of them had better stories than Grand Theft Auto. But it's like, I think it was the online that kept it alive. I really do. I think that's what kept it alive for so long.
GTA was massive before the online, though. I think
you are right.
We don't really get GTA that much because all three of us are definitely way more like fantasy-based players.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I could see that.
Like,
well, Cyberpunk is like one of my favorite games of all time.
Yeah, like,
and that's GTA-esque.
It's GTA-esque, but it's not like GTA is very rooted in the real world.
Yeah, that's true.
It's very rooted in, like, you know,
it could actually happen.
Yeah. I don't give a shit about getting arrested by the police or dealing drugs virtually.
I'm gonna go beat up a prostitute. I'm gonna go to the strip club. You know what? That was also another big thing that was ahead of its time too, though, is the strip club stuff. The fact that there was nudity. That was also a big factor in that, actually, too, if I think about it. Because there was no games that had nudity except Grand Theft Auto and that XXX BMX game that had, like, all the porn stars in it. And I got it just because it had porn stars in it. And I was a kid and I was a boy. What do you expect, you know? Like, let's be real. Like, and you're not going to tell your mom, hey, Mom, I want this game. And you're buying XXX. They think you're buying a Vin Diesel movie. Like, they don't know any different. You know what I mean? I mean, we all tricked our moms. Don't lie.
That's the thing. I feel like I'm probably going to get absolutely like gassed for this really bad. But I feel like the type of people that like really like GTA, like probably buy FIFA every year as well. Like, you know, I'm just
it's so true. Like, it's so true though. Or Madden.
No.
Or they play Madden.
Hear me out. You know, you meet those people, right? And they're like, oh,
they only play 3 games: FIFA, Madden, and Grand Theft Auto.
They're like, I have a PlayStation 5 and I play FIFA, and I'm like, shut up, like shut up. Or they'll get like an NBA game and FIFA and GTA, and that's what they do. You know, if they're not,
and then claim that PlayStation is the greatest console ever because of those games. I'm like, dude,
it really is though. Like,
no, it's
so
not.
whatever.
No, it's not.
Like, yeah, it really is.
No, it's
so
not.
whatever.
No,
but
no.
like,
I will argue
really
until the end
is.
of time. No, it's not.
You know, whatever.
Not only stats are better on the Xbox, the visuals are better on the Xbox. The controller is better. It's already been proven. There's facts. There's literally benchmark stats. I will go all day.
Like, look how many PlayStation 5s are owned compared to how many.
You want to know why?
Bro.
You know why that is? Because every single PlayStation person says this. Because I'm going to tell you. You want to know why? Do you want to know why?
Triple dog dare you.
I will tell you why. Because Sony is huge in Japan, right?
You made my mouth go dry.
Well, good, because you're going to have to drink a couple more times because you being thirsty right now, and I'm going to tell you exactly what's going to happen, all right? Japan is the #1 purchaser of PlayStation. And the reason why is not because of the great console, or the graphics, or the controller. It's because of anime games. That is the reason why it sells so many consoles. And if you actually look at the stats, there's more purchases for Sony in Japan than there is anywhere else in the world. It does not matter. They will always buy that because they've had the universal support of all the anime companies for years.
Okay, I'm gonna stop you right there. You
keep
need
going.
To stop in your tracks.
No, I have stats, so I will pull it up right now.
No.
Don't look it up on Wikipedia.
Let me go. You can literally says that took me seconds, mate. The United States is the largest market for the PS5 console. As early as 2022, the US led approximately 7 million units sold, significantly higher than other nations, driven by high demand and strong sales in major states like New York and Texas.
No.
Japan also represents a major high volume with over 6 to 7 million units sold by late 2025.
Consistency in Japan, but the reason why it had a spike in the US is because of COVID. Because of COVID.
It doesn't matter. The United States holds the highest volume and revenue, literally functioning as the largest market for PS5 sales.
The
and
only
it doesn't matter if it was
reason why.
Because here's the thing, when everybody was bored, okay, what did they decide to go and buy? They went
because it was the only thing available. It was the only thing available because they were already stateside. They were already statewide. They were already here. That's the only reason why they couldn't get an Xbox. They couldn't get a Switch.
COVID was
and
out.
Realistically, if you want to go all in,
2020 by 2022,
Nintendo sells more than all of them. Nintendo sells more than all of them.
Hang on a second. I got.
I mean, you're. Look, that's the shittiest controller in existence. I hate the PlayStation controller, and yours is broken right now, is it not?
After award, because it is the most comfortable. It makes sense. Both the analog sticks are here. You haven't got one floating over. Like, just like I'm a fangirl. Okay, I'm a fangirl. I'm gonna go. But you cannot argue with the facts. Okay, those are the facts. Like. Those are the facts. You can look it up. It's right there. It's right there.
Just like your awards after awards after awards after awards, because you know the #1 most rated and highest selling controller in the world is the Xbox controller.
Whatever.
Whatever. So look, see, I give facts, and then she don't want to listen to them because she's a Sony nut. But you know what? Here's the thing though. Is on ultimately though, this is the funniest part about it, is because we like having these discussions are great. Because so many people are like, Sony's better, Xbox better. Who gives a shit? What it really comes down to is the games. It's the games.
I used to do all of Xbox One, and then I was like...
Yeah. And you know what? People are going to roast us both sides, because here's what's going to happen. Everybody is going to deep dive into the internet and be like, actually, Red, you're wrong. Actually, Drake, you're wrong. And Stalke was the smartest one because she didn't say shit.
If they just dive into it, it's right there.
I feel like I'm still stuck on the GameCube controller. Like it's hard for my brain.
There's nothing wrong with that. The Game controller was fun.
Like
awesome. I love the GameCube.
It was wicked.
You gotta give Nintendo credit though, like how they chug along at the beat of their own path. We talk about this all the time. They don't give a shit about anybody else. They do what they want. They always
No, they
will.
don't. They don't care.
And they still sell consoles. And they still have the number one highest. They have the highest selling portable console out of any other people. I think it's still the DS. It might be the Switch now, but I know that it's not the Switch 2 because the Switch 2 has not been doing well.
I loved my 3DS.
Yeah, the 3DS was amazing. Everybody loved. I mean, I had a Game Boy Color and a Game Boy Advance, and I loved those too. PSP. I loved my PSP. I loved my PSP.
PSPs were awesome. They were peak. But
the Vita was okay.
When it comes to handhelds, like to this day, guys. To this day. Okay.
She just whips out the Game Boy Color. I love it. You know what's funny is I have that same colored one. Is that the purple?
Literally.
Is that the purple one? Because that's what I have too. I have the purple one as well.
You just want to like, you know,
yeah.
I've been looking for some to just get my kids because like they're just perfect for any age, like literally.
And now you can mod them. Now you can mod them and just get everything on them.
Yeah.
So it's like
so much fun. So much fun.
My daughter still plays on her DS, and I love it. I love it. She asked me to mod it for her and stuff too. So it's really cool. Like I love that the next generation is doing it, and then they're getting into it. But that's the great thing. Like we can bitch and moan and say what console's the greatest because realistically, I grew up on the NES and Atari and television. So anything is better than what we started with. But those are the foundations of what we have. You know what I mean? Like, I'll go back and I'll still play my NES all the time. Like, I still have my OG one from when I was a kid, and it still works. I still blow out the cartridge, whether it works or not. I don't know if that does. Get the alcohol swab in the inside.
It's ritual.
It's ritual. It is. It is ritual.
I do it with my Game Boy ones. It's ritual.
Yeah, you have to blow it out because the dust is blocking it from working. No, it's not. No, it's not.
Yeah,
but
it's not.
that's not how it works. But look, it's part of it, okay? That's what we were told to do as kids, and that's what we're gonna do.
Ritual.
It is ritual.
So true.